Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day and a good start to 2021. Always feels weird saying that at the start of the year. So now at this point I would normally introduce whatever stitch we're going to be learning. But if you saw the video yesterday, then you'll know we have actually come to the end of the stitch glossary. So we have learned all the stitches in the stitch glossary, and we're going to be doing something quite different this year. So the vlogs are going to kind of be a bit more project based, because if you follow me right from like a couple of years ago, right when I first started embroidery, you'll know that I was a complete beginner, and I just decided that, you know, as I learn, I'm going to share it with you, and I really want to do that with this new craft that I want to get into. I'm still going to be doing embroidery. Embroidery will always be my first love. But I really want to have a go at learning sewing and dressmaking this year. I've done a little bit of it in the past. I've made a blouse, a couple of skirts, a dress, that kind of thing, but that was a long time ago, and I would definitely not say I'm anywhere near even intermediate level really. But I really want to get into it this year. I really want to sort of have a go and sort of upcycle some things in my wardrobe and make some things for my own home, and also dabble in maybe a few other crafts as well. We'll see. So at the start of every month I'm going to show you is something that either I've pulled out of my wardrobe that I want to upcycle, or, you know, things that I've bought recently, a bit like a craft haul really, where, you know, or maybe it could be something that I've pulled out of my stash. So most of this that I'm using this month is things that I've pulled out of my stash that I just really want to start using. Because let's face it, we all have things in our craft stash that has been there for years. I know that I'm not the only one. I think it's the curse of every crafter, isn't it, that you have a huge craft stash and you don't use it for years, or you buy new fabric and say I'm going to use it, I will use it, and then 10 years later it's still there. So I am telling you now that this is what I'm going to make, and you got to keep me accountable for it so that I can start using some of these things. So the first thing that I want to do is upcycle something every month from my wardrobe. Now, I bought this jumper from Knowle. Now obviously at the moment with the pandemic and COVID and everything like that, well, most of the shops are closed at the moment, but you can't try anything on. So when I went to Knowle, I bought this jumper because it's a cowl neck jumper, and I really love cowl neck jumpers, and it's really, really warm, and I love the jumper, but it's way too long. I didn't realise it's supposed to be a jumper dress, and it's just too long on me, it just doesn't suit me. So I've never worked with knitwear before, so this could end up being a complete disaster, and I may be showing you rags at the end of the month. But the plan is that I'm going to basically shorten the jumper dress to make it a jumper, but then I really want to sort of do like more of a curved hem, so that I can I just think it's more flattering, and I feel more comfortable in tops and jumpers that have got a curved hem. I think it's just a bit more flattering. So that's the plan with that. Project number 2 is I bought this calico. I think it's calico. It's like a nice natural colour, and I don't think I'm going to have enough to do. Or we've got, basically I want to use it to line some baskets in our bathroom. We've got some black matte wire baskets. I think we've got about 6. They're only little ones, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do all of them. But calico's pretty cheap to buy, isn't it? And you know, you can get it from most places. So that's what I'm planning to do with this. And then I'm going to get some black thread, and I want to basically embroider, so like where it overlaps the edge of the basket, I want to embroider some labels on there. So like, you know, hair products, nail polish, makeup, Andy's basket. Andy has 1 basket, I've got about 5. So, well, 4 because Olivia's got a basket as well. So that's project number 2. Project number 3, again, it's like, sort of like a simple sewing project. I really want to add some more cushions onto our sofa. We've only got 2 on there at the moment. I'm the sort of person that I like lots of odd scatter cushions on the sofa. Now this might be too much yellow, but we'll see. I might end up having to add some more in there to break it up in different colours. But I got this wool. Now it's very chopped into because this is actually wool from where Andy works. Andy's an upholsterer, and from time to time they're getting rid of fabric, and sometimes they say to Andy, you know, if there's any that he likes that, you know, or that I might like, then feel free to take it home. And these were some of the ones, so you can imagine how excited I get when he comes home with fabric. I think he's learnt his lesson. He doesn't do it very often now, because now we're getting quite a big collection of fabric. But this was one of them. It's a wool, and it's a beautiful yellow colour. It's an exact colour for our living room. We've got like teals and yellows and like a mid-century modern style going on in the living room. And basically on this I really want to add some like tassel stitch, just sort of scattered across the front of the cushion in like a white, well, it's kind of, this one is 3865, but basically this is, like I said, it's 3865, and it's kind of like a very light ivory, and I want to add some tassel stitch going down the centre and down the front of the cushion. So that's cushion number 1, and cushion number 2 is this. Again, it's a fabric from Andy's work, so it's very chopped into, as you can see. It's very sort of, you know, a bit raggedy around the edges, but there's loads of fabric left, which I'm going to make some cushions, like I say. So this one's like a weave fabric, so it's already got quite a nice texture, but I'm going to use the Crisp Autumn collection that we've got on our website to just add some flowers either around the edge or in the corners. I haven't quite decided yet, but basically just to add a little bit of a personal touch with those colours, and maybe adding in a little bit of the white as well, just to sort of, sorry, trying to juggle all these threads so that you can see all the colours. Yeah, maybe adding in some of the white as well, just to break up some of these colours. But basically, yeah, that's basically what I want to do, just add a few flowers just to make it a bit more personal. So that's project number 3. So I'm putting them over there so I know which ones I've done. Now, the next 2 projects are dressmaking projects. This one I'm really excited about, but I'm also a little bit nervous about, because I'm going to be posting a blog post tomorrow about this fabric, because there's a bit of a story behind this fabric, and it's a reminder to me not to worry about skill level, but yeah, you'll understand what I mean by that if you read the blog post. So this is a beautiful Georgette. Never worked with Georgette before, and I bought this from a craft fair that I went to years ago, because I just love it. I think it's beautiful. I think the colours are really pretty, and I've got loads of cardigans and things that I can, you know, skirts and stuff that I can use this with. But every time I showed somebody and said, oh, I bought this Georgette fabric, everybody said, oh wow, you're brave, and I am now too scared to use it. So I thought, well, it's about 5 years later, you know what, I'm not going to get over this fear of using this fabric unless I just dive in. Sorry guys, I think the camera cut out then. Yeah, so I was talking, I'm not sure at what point it cut out, but I was telling you about the Georgette, and basically because it's quite a, you know, slippy fabric, and it might be a bit of a challenge to work with that fabric, I thought I would do a simpler pattern. So I bought this book from Sew Over It a long time ago. It's Sew Over It Vintage, and I bought it because in the start of the book they show you how to measure yourself, and then how to use those measurements, sorry I'm trying to find it, how to use those measurements to, that's there, so they call it drafting your bodice block, and it's kind of like making your own pattern, and then they show you then throughout the book how you can adapt the pattern to make like a dress, or something that's, you know, like a blouse that's got like that one that's got like a little tie on the bottom, or something with a collar, that kind of thing. So I thought that's what I'm going to do with this. I might just do just the basic bodice block, and and see how I get on with that first. And then if, you know, if I find that easy enough and if I've got enough fabric left over, I might then maybe add like a collar or change the neckline or something like that. So the last thing I'm planning to make for January is again it's Sew Over It, is the shift dress. I've wanted to make this for ages. I had originally planned to do the long sleeve version, and I've got this fabric for it. It's a crepe. And it's got these beautiful big flowers on there. I really love this. I really love it. As soon as I saw it, I thought, yep, gotta have that one. So I bought this one, and I bought it to make this pattern. And initially I was going to make the long sleeve version, but I think I will end up wearing this probably more. For instance, I want it to be something that I can wear in winter and in summer. So I was thinking probably I would end up in winter putting it with like tights and boots, and then like a nice chunky knit chunky knit cardigan, or you know, like a long cardigan kind of thing. And then in summer, at least then I can, if it's sleeveless, then I can still wear it and it'll still be a bit cooler, and I can sort of wear it in any season really. So that's what I'm planning to make. That's my second dressmaking pattern for this month. So beautiful crepe, and I'm not quite sure what that banging is. Sounds like Andy might be doing some DIY. So these are the things I'm planning to make. Let me know what you guys are planning, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!